All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live session. Let's get started right away. And today, what we're going to be going over is exactly how I do my trades. We're going to be making some strategies. We're going to be making some indicators, and let's get started. So, welcome everybody. What up, Joe? How's it going? Let's get started. So, you guys can see the first thing that I'm always going to do is I'm going to switch over to the range bars. All right, now in the range bars, you can very clearly see when the reversal is happening. What up, Steve? What up, Making Cash? How you guys doing? Let's get started. So you guys can see right here, we're getting this reversal. So let's go ahead and enter our first trade of the day, which is going to be a sell trade. All right, so there's our sell trade open. And you can see my take profit is right here. My stop loss is right here, and now we entered right here. Why did I enter this trade, okay? And by the way, this is live right now, so I'm actually doing these trades live, and I do them every single day. We usually clear about $2,000 to $5,000 on a daily basis, and I'll show you exactly how I do that. All right, so the first step is I'm always looking at the range bars chart, okay? So the range bars are different than the candlesticks because the range bars are based on point movement only. Only when the market actually moves are the range bars generated. Now, what's the benefit of that? The benefit is, right here we can see we were in a big uptrend, and as soon as we started to go red, I entered the sell trade because I can see that, okay, the trend was going up. Now the trend is starting to come down, and there is our trade. We're already in profit around, $10 to $50. I mean, the market is still moving, so it's, we just entered the trade. So let's get started. Now, the first thing that I want to show you guys is I always preset my stop loss and take profit at 100 points. Now, the reason I do that is because I always want to make sure I have a take profit and stop loss set. And secondly, we've actually tested thousands and thousands of strategies. Basically, anything that you think that you'll try, I've already tried. And this is the only thing that we found that actually works over time. So 100 points and 100 points for stop loss take profit. And then the next step is, when we're selecting our lot size, I always make sure that we end up risking less than 1%. It's actually super important to understand that because most people will end up losing money. And the reason is because you're risking too much. You're getting too greedy, you're getting too happy and excited that you're finally starting to make money, and then you risk a whole bunch of your account, and then you blow it. Now, here's the way that I think about this. By the way, for anyone who's just joining, welcome to the live. I'm here every single day doing live trades, showing you guys exactly how I make thousands of dollars every single day. Now, I don't sell a course, I don't sell a bot, I don't actually sell anything. You can just come here and learn completely for free. So let's get started. Let's go. Now, where I'm trading, because everyone's always asking, oh, where are you trading? I'm trading on AlgoBars.com. AlgoBars is the platform I'm trading on. It connects to basically any brokers. Now, the broker that I'm using is called TradeXN, and the reason I use them is because they have the lowest fees. This is something that if you actually think about it, you have to run trading like a business, right? So in a business, what's going on is you're actually, buying product and whatever, all of that nonsense. Now, when you're buying a product, at the end of the day, let's say you can only sell it for $20, but it's either you buy it for 15 or you buy it for 5. Where would you rather go? You would rather go to the place where you can buy it for 5 and sell it for 20, right? Why? Because the profit margins are bigger, right? The profit margins are bigger, you're gonna have expenses, and you need that profit margin in order to survive. The same thing applies to trading as well. Now, if you're trading and you're using a broker that charges crazy amounts of fees and spreads and swaps and commissions and all of this craziness, now what's happening? Me and you can technically be doing the same trade, but you might end up losing money on it, whereas I might end up making money on it. And the reason is because of the fee. So it's very important to always have a broker that you're using that has the lowest fees, which in this scenario, I always trade on TradeXN because they have the lowest fees. So go to AlgoBars.com, get your account set up, and when it asks for the broker, we have a few brokers that AlgoBars is integrated with. I would just select TradeXN. All right. Now, let's go into how we actually trade, okay? Because this is such a major thing. So let me zoom out here a little bit. Now you can see the range bars right here. You can see we had this reversal right here. This would have been such a great buy trade entry because look at how far up the market came. If you had entered right here, 100 points take profit would have been right around here. You would have smashed that and made profit. So that would have been really good. Now, let me show you guys the difference between the range bars chart and any other chart that you're opening. For example, look at this right here. Range bars versus time-based candles, right? So this is set on 1 minute, and the range bars, because they're not time-based, they're based on ranges. So this right here by default is set to 20 points, okay? Each bar is 20 points. Now, right here, everyone's gonna tell you they know how to analyze the candles and all this nonsense. Nobody knows how to analyze these candles, okay guys? Nobody knows how to do this. And anyone that claims to is just straight up lying to you because they want you to buy their course or pay for their Discord or any of that nonsense, pay for their VIP group. Guys, there's nothing that you can actually get out of paying someone, okay? You can't magically pay someone $200 a month for their premium group and expect that you're going to make thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars. That's not how this works. Because if someone had the magic formula, they wouldn't just be selling it for $200 a month, okay? And if someone had something, because I see a lot of these guys online and what they always claim is, oh, I have 90% accuracy, 97% accuracy I saw the other day, 80%, 85%. Just realize that those numbers are not possible, because if they were, very quickly you would go into the millions, then hundreds of millions, then billions of dollars. And then if you're doing that and you claim that you are, then there's no reason to actually sell a Discord for $200 or a premium VIP group for $100 a month. It doesn't make sense. Just be logical. Like, I don't understand why people get caught up in all of this nonsense when actually what it comes down to is you just need to understand that the only place your money should be going is into your own trading account, not paying for anyone. All right? Vinci Sniper's asking, what candle is this? All right, so this is actually called the range bars chart type. We built this chart type. It's fully custom, and I'll explain to you what the difference is. So right here, these are based on time, right? So 1 minute, 5 minute, whatever the minute you set it to, 1 hour, 1 day, whatever. Now that means that each of these candles shows you how much the market moved in 1 minute. But here's the problem. The problem is time has nothing to do with the markets, which means that, you know, how can you possibly analyze candles that are based on time? I'll give you a very simple example. Do you think that gold says, oh, it's 11:27, time to go up? No, it does not. Do you think that Bitcoin says, oh, it's 2:15, time to go down? No. The answer is no. So then how can you analyze candles and think that you're going to do well and you have a strategy and all this when you're analyzing candles that are based on time, which we just figured out logically that time has nothing to do with the market. All right, that's the problem. That's really the problem. That's why we built the range bars. By the way, range bars are free. You don't have to pay, okay? I'm not selling anything here. I'm just coming on live trying to put all those other guys out of business because they're scamming, okay? Stop paying people to learn how to trade. I will never sell anything. You don't have to buy anything from me. You don't have to, there's no VIP course or a VIP group, nothing like that, because you don't need it. Okay, you just need to understand that what the range bars do, and I've been doing this for so long, over 10 years, I've made millions of dollars just trading the range bars, okay? You can see, we just entered this trade live right here on this live. You can see we're in an uptrend. Remember, if you guys were here at the beginning of the live, I was like, oh man, we're getting this reversal right here. The range bars are going red. I entered the trade. I risked less than 1%. I set my stop loss to take profit at 100 points. That's it. Those are the only rules, okay, that I use every day. And we were at around like $500 in profit. Right now, we're hovering around $200, $300 in profit. But this trade is a $1,000 trade. So my stop loss take profit are set to $1,000. Now, that might sound like a lot. You're like, wait, AKA, that's a $1,000 trade. That's huge. But actually, everything is relative, okay? Because let me zoom in right here so you guys can see. Right now, my balance is around 314,000, okay? What does that mean? That means that $1,000 risk per trade is less than 1%. It's actually 1/3% risk. That's the same thing as if you had $1,000 account and you were risking like $3. Okay, do you see the risk difference? That's what it is. We're minimizing our risk to be as little as possible. All right. Now, we're gonna wait to let this trade hit our stop loss and take profit, because that's the problem that most people have. You know, you might have a great entry. You entered perfectly at the reversal. You know, your risk management is perfect. You know, you risk 1% or less or whatever it is. And then and you might even have your stop loss take profit set. Okay, but here's where the problem comes. You start seeing the live numbers. Okay, you start seeing this profit and loss number. I'll show you both examples. The first one is, you might see -1,000 or -500 or whatever it is, -30, depending on your account balance. You might see that, and now you're starting to get worried. You're starting to get stressed. And you're like, oh man, I don't want to lose more than this, okay? Now an open trade, which hasn't closed, which means your balance is not even affected yet because the trade is still open, you close it because of your emotions, okay? Now on the other side, I have this happen all the time, okay? All the time. Where people see even my trades when they're sitting here at the office, which I'll talk about in a few minutes, which is right here, we'll see like $600, $800 in profit, right? And they'll say, AKA, close that trade. You're at $800. You're at $700. I make that in a week or whatever, whatever that is. Okay, but here's the thing: I don't let emotions get control over me when I'm trading. If I have my take profit set, I have my take profit set. It's gonna either hit my take profit or my stop loss, and my risk is so small that who cares? It's okay. But guess what? The main thing is I'm able to be consistent. Now, for anyone who's just joining, welcome to the live. I'm here every single day doing live trades, showing you guys exactly how we make thousands and thousands of dollars. And we do this every day, okay? And it's free. You don't have to pay. Range bars you don't have to pay for. AlgoBars is free to use. You just need to come join my lives every single day. So make sure you guys give me a follow. Turn on the live notifications so you know every time I come live, it's AKA money time. For the people who know, you know. When I'm live, it's AKA money time. Let's go. Now, the next thing I want to say is, guys, we're trading on AlgoBars.com. AlgoBars is actually the most advanced yet simple and easy to use trading platform that exists right now. And it connects to any broker, okay? So go to AlgoBars right now, get your account set up, select your broker. Now, the one that I would suggest is TradeXN. It's integrated. They have the lowest fees. So when you're signing up, it'll ask you, like, it'll have the list of the brokers. I would suggest TradeXN. That's where I'm trading. That's where, I have my live trading account. And that's where, just click TradeXN. You can complete registration. You can fund your account, deposit, withdraw, do KYC, like all of that stuff. And then start trading right away. All right, username is asking, is this platform free? Yes, it's free to use. You can use the range bars. You can fund your account. I'll show you guys how to fund the account. So all you got to do is you click wallet. Okay, so you click wallet at the top. Then you click deposit. Now you can fund your account with either crypto or card. When it comes to crypto, they have all of the options here. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, USDC, BNB, Solana, Dogecoin, Litecoin, Tron, Toncoin. And then obviously make sure that the network that you selected is correct. And then you just click generate deposit address. There you go. There's your wallet address. You just fund right through there. And it just takes like 2 to 5 minutes. It's in your account. You can start trading right away. And let's go back to the chart. Let's see how our trade is doing. We're still hovering around $500 in profit on this trade. We're going to let that go on. FCT, what's going on? OG, how you doing, my man? It's been a while. Welcome back to the live, man. Hopefully everything is good. Synthpan is saying Trading View. No, so we're not using Trading View, but here's the thing. This is why you shouldn't even use any other platform, including Trading View. Let me explain. Trading View, in order to get the sub-minute, and this is just one example, the sub-minute time frames, like 1 second time frame, 5 second, 10 second, you have to pay $100 a month. You don't need that because AlgoBars gives it to you for free, okay, for free. So for example, look, let's go on the 30-second chart, or there you go, there's a 30-second chart. We can open the 1 second chart. Look, this is the 1 second chart for free on AlgoBars. You don't need Trading View anymore, all right? Can you show M and Q? LA, what's going on? How you guys doing? Joshua was asking, do you still offer in-class person training? And Mrs. R, thank you for the gift. I appreciate you. Let's go. So Joshua, yes, if you guys are in the Toronto area, our office here, the one that I'm in, is open 7 days a week from 11 to 5. If you want the address, send me a DM. I'll send you the address. Come visit us in person. And on Saturday, if you guys come on Saturday, we'll do like a little pizza party. So Saturday at 12 to 1, come to our office. If you're in the Toronto area, Saturday from 12 to 1, come in person. Send me a DM. I'll give you the address. Come. I'll order food. We'll do some live trades. I'll answer your questions. We can meet in person. So make sure if you guys are in the Toronto area, send me a DM. Come by Saturday. All right. We're in Toronto. All right. What's your live timeline? So I come live around this time every single day. Make sure you guys give me a follow and turn on the live notifications, because I do all my trades live. I answer all your questions. I show you guys exactly what to do, what not to do. That's actually the biggest thing, okay? What not to do. Because everyone's out here trying to be like, do this, do that. But what I've realized is that what's more important are the mistakes, okay, that I have made when I first started many, many years ago trading. I made all the mistakes that you can think of. And it took me the longest time not to figure out what to do. It's how not to make mistakes. All right? So, Steve is saying, I'm flying over from London. Steve is an OG. Steve, you should come by. It's been so long, man. It's been a few years you've been here. You should definitely come by and visit us. Let's see. So, your dad's landlord is saying, NASDAQ 100. Okay. Who is asking for MNQ? How's Mr. Stefan? He's good. Stefan is good. Let's see. Let's open up NASDAQ. Let's open up NASDAQ. NASDAQ, there we go. So there's NASDAQ. Now, what I'll do is I'll actually show you guys. So this is, we're on the 1 second chart on NASDAQ, but what I'll do is I'll switch over to the 1 minute, and then I'll show you guys the difference between NASDAQ on the range bars and NASDAQ on the time-based candles, okay? Look at this. It's actually, look at how much cleaner NASDAQ looks on the range bars versus these time-based candles. It's truly impossible to actually understand what's going on with whichever market you're on. It could be gold, NASDAQ, Tesla, Apple, Amazon, cotton, coffee, whatever you're trading. Look, it's going to be so complicated to try to understand what's going on with NASDAQ or whatever market. But on the range bars, you can very clearly see, and the reason you can very clearly see it is because the range bars only move when the market moves, okay? We developed this charting type specifically because we figured out what doesn't work. All right, what's the website name, guys? Go to AlgoBars.com. AlgoBars is the platform that we're trading on. Go there. You can connect any broker. When you go to sign up, the one that I would suggest, because there's a few integrated brokers that we have, you should select TradeXN because they have the lowest fees, and that's really, really important. It's always important to select the broker that has the lowest fees, which in this case is TradeXN. All right, guys, let's see what's going on with BTC. With our trade that we have open right now, we're sitting around $680, 720, 760, 730, 710. And I'm going to be doing these trades live every single day, so you guys can actually learn, follow along, ask your questions, and let's go. I just signed up. It's taking me to Algo AI page. How do I go to chart? Okay, here's the cool thing. Okay, so the AlgoBars AI chat right here, you can actually ask it to do anything. Okay, now if you want to open the chart, it's right here on the top left. You can just click chart. It'll open the chart for you. Positions, market watch, alerts, trade calculator, trade journal, wallet. Let's talk about trade journal, okay? Because let me open up the trade journal and let me show you guys this. So the trade journal, basically, once you start trading, you build a history, all that, it gives you a full overview of exactly how you've been doing. But here's the funny thing. Trade journals are actually paid everywhere else. Like if you want a trade journal, you have to pay for it, but not on AlgoBars. Just like on TradingView, you have to pay for the sub-minute timeframes. Not on AlgoBars, it's free. You have to pay on TradeZella for Trade Journal. It's like $100 a month or $200 a month. Crazy. It's for free on AlgoBars, okay? So it literally doesn't make sense to trade anywhere other than AlgoBars because all those paid features are free on AlgoBars. Plus, you get the range bars, which is what I use to be able to trade. And look at how much information, very, very valuable information that you can get from the trade journal. Like for example, like let's say over here we go down, you can see my best day was 20,550. My worst day, I lost 11,470. My best trade was a $10,000 trade. The max drawdown on this account that I've done so far is 23,000. That means, and this is important to understand because everyone thinks just because you're profitable, you're making money every single day, every single trade is profitable. It is not. In fact, you can actually see that at one point I came down negative 23,000 in my account. Okay, and what does that mean? That means that it's okay. Over time, your equity curve, which means like, you know, how much, how your account balance looks like this, it doesn't just go straight up. It actually goes in, you can see the waves where I lost money, where I went down and then starting to go back up. Like you can see all of this over time, okay? And that's how it actually works. Your dad's landlord was saying, I'm trying to find OMH. Yeah, so basically you can actually trade all the markets here. So there's stocks, Forex, commodities, indices, crypto. Well, basically any market that you want to trade is right here. Look, British Pound, GoPro, Goldman Sachs. There's the Spanish index. We have UK, France, all of those. And then, you know, obviously you have all the Forex pairs as well, NZD CHF, NZD JPY, USD JPY, USD CAD, like basically anything that you want to trade. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, you got it.
There we go, guys. Congratulations. We just hit take profit on that trade that we took live here. There we go. There's another $1,000 trade. Congratulations to everybody who's following along, who's learning, who didn't pay to learn, who actually just joined here. So congratulations, guys. And remember, I do this every single day. I come live. Usually my goal daily is around 2,000 to 5,000. Obviously, we win some trades, we lose some trades. We show you all of that very transparently. But at the end of the day, nothing here is paid. You can actually just go to AlgoBars, get your account set up, select your broker. I would suggest TradeXN, and then get your account funded, and then start right away. Let's go. Steve is saying you got an extra $10. That's going to help pay for that pizza on Saturday. Hopefully you guys come on Saturday. Make sure you guys come to the office on Saturday. We're in Toronto. I'll be doing live trades. Okay, when you guys come, I'll order some food. We'll answer all of the questions. You guys can meet me in person. You know, we got a pretty big office, so you know, if like maybe like 50 or whatever number of you guys show up, you know, we'll have a good time. So let's get started. All right, Jiggery saying I made $700 on that. Your dad's landlord is saying $1,600 on that trade on the pullback. Congratulations, there we go. So over here we're trading futures and derivatives. Now, mostly what we're trading is, I mostly trade three markets, okay? What are these three markets? I mostly trade Bitcoin, gold, and NASDAQ. Why? Why do I trade Bitcoin, gold, and NASDAQ, okay? Not because I love them or they're my favorite or any of that nonsense, because here's the reality. The market is the market. The goal is to make money out of it. Who cares about anything else? The reason I trade these three markets is because they just move a lot. They just have a lot of volume every single day. They go up, they go down, they go up and down all day long. What that does is it gives me opportunities, just like you guys saw. So let's stop wasting time and let's get back into exactly what the strategy is. Okay, what's the strategy? I'll show you. There's actually 4 steps to the strategy, which I'm going to tell you right now, if you guys are ready. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Step 1. We always enter at the range bar reversal when it goes from green to red or red to green. That's step 1. Step 2, I always risk less than 1%. How do I do that? By managing my lot size, okay? By the lot size. So the smallest lot size is 0.01, which is what everyone should start off with, okay? When you create your account, you fund your account, I don't care if it's $1,000 or $1 million. Always start with 0.01 lot size, okay? That's step 2, risk less than 1%. Step 3, and over here on AlgoBars, it makes it easy because you can preset your stop loss take profit. I always preset my stop loss and take profit at 100 points above and below our entry. All right, and now when I've entered the trade, this is the main thing. Step 4 is to not touch the trade. Once the trade is in, I never touch the trade. It's so important. All right, guys, we're actually getting another reversal. Let me show you guys right here. We're going from red to green, and I'm the only one that actually does this. I just explained to you in like 30 seconds what I do, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do it, okay? So right here, you see how we're going from red to green? I entered my buy trade, okay? I entered my buy trade, and look, it preset my stop loss take profit. I didn't have to worry about it. It set my take profit to $1,000, which is 100 points above when I'm using 10 lot size, and my stop loss to $1,000. And guys, there we go. We're already at around $290 in profit. Congratulations for anyone who's learning, who's who's here, who's learning, who's understanding. And if you guys are taking some of these trades, congratulations, because clearly there's people in the chat that are doing it and who are making money. Culture is asking, how do you trade the range bars? Very simple, actually. So in the range bars, what it shows me is which way the market is actually going, okay? So right here, we can see we're in a downtrend and an uptrend, then downtrend, uptrend, downtrend, uptrend. So the way I trade it very easily is when it goes from red, downtrend, to green, uptrend, I enter buy trades. And when it goes from green, uptrend, to red, like for example, it went from green to red right here, I would have entered a sell trade. And that's what I do every single day. And guys, there we go. We're at $770 in profit on this trade that we just took live. Again, second trade of the day. Right here, we're at $770 in profit on this trade. We're just a few points away from hitting our take profit on the second trade. The first one, we already made $1,000. So congratulations. And for anyone who wants to get started, you should. All you need to do is you go to AlgoBars.com, get your account set up. When it asks you which broker to connect to, I would just select TradeXN. Honestly, that's the one that I'm using because they have the lowest fees. So just select TradeXN. You can get started. You can fund your account, and you can start trading right away. So there we go. It's starting. Look at how close it came to our take profit. That's actually ridiculous. Let me just zoom in so you guys can really truly see. There we go. The range bars are based on market points. So if the market moves 20 points or 10 points or whatever it is, it'll generate a new range bar. Okay. All right. Birds of Valley, how's it going, man? What's up? Fire is asking, the website doesn't work in UK. The AlgoBars works globally, guys. Wherever you are in the world, you can use AlgoBars. So go get your account set up right away. Sing is asking, are you in Toronto? Yeah. So actually, if you guys are in the Toronto area, make sure you guys DM me. I'll send you the office address where I am right now. Come visit me in person on Saturday between 12 to 1. Make sure you guys come to the office, because if enough of you guys show up, we'll order some food. We'll do some live trades. We'll answer all your questions. Make sure when you guys come to the office, bring your laptops with you, okay? So that you can sit down. We can do some trades. I can explain how things work. We can answer all your questions. So it definitely works anywhere you are in the world. Guys, we're at $950 in profit. We are so close to hitting our... And there we go. Congratulations. Second trade of the day. We just hit take profit. There's $2,000 that was just made right here on this live. Let's go. Let's get started. There we go. Birds of Valley is asking, are you trading gold? No, so we're actually trading BTC right now, but I usually trade gold, NASDAQ, and Bitcoin. Right now I'm doing Bitcoin because there's so much volume in it, so it's just back-to-back trade. Were you in that trade too? Yeah. All right, you were in that trade? All right, so the people here at the office, they were in that trade too. Congratulations to everybody who's doing it, who's making money, who's doing well, and that's what we're here for. Basically, you should just make sure you guys give me a follow right now. Join my live sessions every single day. Turn on the live notifications, because I'll be doing this daily. I've actually been doing this for over 8 years now. On TikTok, on YouTube, you can actually find all my live recordings, and I've actually made millions of dollars over time just on these TikTok lives, showing you guys all my live trades. And here's the crazy thing. No one has ever paid me to learn. It's completely free. There's no private group. There's no paid Discord. None of that. You just come join my lives every single day. I show you the live trades, and let's get started. So Go to AlgoBars.com, get your account set up, select Trade Extend for the broker from the list, and then get your account funded right away, and then start using the range bars. And when you start trading, make sure that you always start with the smallest risk possible. I'm the only one that actually says this, okay? I'm the only one that says, okay, don't pay me. Come learn for free. I'll show you my live trades. And then whatever amount you start with, always start with $1 trades. And let me explain that. Okay, what's the live time? It's around this time. Wherever you are in the world, around this time is when I come live. So let me go over, what exactly trading is, okay? So right here, we have the buy and sell buttons, right? Now, a buy button, like when you click the buy button, it opens a buy trade, okay? That's a contract you open with the market. Now, here's the thing. You don't have to buy to sell or sell to buy. They're completely separate. Now, if I was to, without clicking the buy button, click sell, now it's going to open a sell trade contract, okay? Now, let me explain what that means. If I click buy, I have a buy trade open and the market goes up, I make money. Everyone understands that. Like, that's basic knowledge. But if I was to click the sell button, it opens a sell trade, which means if the market comes down, then we can make money. This is why I actually had someone at the office here today saying, oh, like so much crazy stuff going on in the world. Is it going to affect the markets? Now, here's the funny thing. It's probably going to affect the markets, but it's not going to affect us. It's not going to affect us as traders. Why? Because whether the market goes up, whether the market goes down, we don't care because we can make money both ways, okay? Just to give you guys an example, during COVID is probably when I made the most amount of money that I've ever made. And it's because when the markets were crashing, I was just glued to my screen, sell trades, max. Like I was just riding that down. And I made so much money, got a Porsche, got some watches. I was spending like $1,000 a day on literally nonsense. But that's what it really comes down to. It's that regardless of what's happening in the world, we can make money whether the markets go up or the markets go down. Now, in the middle here, now that you understand the buy and sell trades, how they work, in the middle here is what's called your lot size. What is lot size? Lot size is your contract size. Just to make it very simple, the smallest contract size you could do is 0.01. Now, if you pair that, and I'm going to bring it all together, if you pair that with your stop loss and take profit at 100 and 100, just do simple math, okay? 0.01 times 100 is 1. That means that if I click buy or sell and I entered the trade and my stop loss take profit is at 100 points above below, my trade value is only $1, which means I can trade while only risking $1 per trade. That's amazing. Okay, now you're probably saying, wait, AK, I'm not here to make $1. Okay, but let me explain why it's really important to always start with 0.01. Because let's say you fund your account with 1,000 or 5,000 or 10,000, 100,000. I have some people that come day one, 200K, 500K in their account, 100K in their account. Now, you want to practice with $1 trades until you're confident enough and comfortable enough to actually move up your lot size, okay? Because here's the thing, because obviously I don't charge anything to learn, to teach how to trade or any of that. Now, let's say you fund your account with 1,000, okay? And over the next 1 to 2 days, you do like 10 or 20 trades for $1 trades. Now, what's gonna happen is, you're gonna win some trades, you're going to lose some trades, right? But let's say you win a few, you lose a few, you might be up like $8 or you might be down like $8. But guess what? Now you've done 20 trades. You know how to set stop loss. You know how to set take profit. You know how to use the range bars. And all it cost, or potentially you got paid maybe if you made money, was like a few dollars. Now that's the best way to actually learn, okay? Because most people, they tell me this one thing which I completely disagree with, which is, oh, I'll start when I know everything. Let me tell you something. Even I don't know everything. Okay, you'll never be at the point where you know it all and then you start. That's like saying, I'll start my business when I know everything about it. Most of you guys would say, wait, you don't know how to run a business then, okay? It's because we actually need to go and do it in order to learn. Learning comes from doing. You don't learn then do. you do, then you learn. Okay, that's the best way to learn. All right, for anyone who's just joining, it's AlgoBars.com. Go to AlgoBars.com. That's where I'm trading right now. Here, let me zoom in so you guys can see it better. AlgoBars.com. Okay, go there, get your account set up, select TradeXN as the broker because you could connect any broker, but I would suggest TradeXN. They have the lowest fees, and then you can get started. How to change the time frame? Okay, that's a really good question. So right here are all your chart controls. Okay, so right now, because I'm in range bars, right here, I can change the range size. But let's say I just go to regular candlestick charts. Okay, there's my 1 minute, and then right here I can select whichever time frame I want. 1 day, 4 hour, 30, 1 second, whatever I want. I can change it there. Okay, and then we have Market Scanner, which is actually pretty insane. So let me explain what Market Scanner is, okay? So what Market Scanner does is, you know how there's different candle types, doji and engulfing and all of this? Look, if I click doji, it will highlight the doji candles on my chart. Let me zoom in so you guys can actually see. It will highlight the dojis, okay? So for anyone who says, oh, like if you want to learn how to trade and you need to understand all of these candle types and you need to know how they look and you got to pay me like $1,000 to learn, just tell them, look, on AlgoBars, I just click a button, I can find the dojis or I can find literally anything else you want. Look, the harami, tweezer top, whatever, literally whatever you want, it will find it for you with one click. Okay, so you can just go use it.
What's that 3 bars reversal?
I mean, they're just candlestick patterns, so you can basically just like you can ask it what it means. You can ask the AlgoBars AI what it means, how to use it, but it's basically available for you, so you don't actually have to spend time doing all this analysis. All right. So every range bar is on what time frame? So the time frame for the range bars is there's no time frame. But what it's based on is ranges, and I'll explain that. So if we're on the range bars, right? Now the time frame selector just changes to the range size selector. Okay, so you guys can see right here. Instead of 1 minute, 5 minute, it shows range. Now the range, the default, the one that I use is 20. Okay, that's the default on the platform. But you can always just change it. So you can change it to 40, you can make it smaller or bigger. And what that does is now, because the way the range bars work is, in order for each bar to be made, the market needs to move a certain amount. So if you make the range smaller, smaller moves will build the bars. So you'll see it faster. You'll see the market moving faster on the range bars because it just needs 10 points to move instead of 20 points, okay? So that's how we use the range bars. Now, let's go ahead and see if we can do a third trade of the day. By the way, for anyone who's just joining, welcome to the live. I'm here every single day doing live trades, answering your questions, making thousands of dollars every single day, and you don't have to pay to learn. You don't have to pay for the range bars. You don't have to pay me for anything, really. There's no paid Discord, no paid VIP group, and you guys should understand all those things are scams anyways, okay? Never pay anyone to learn how to trade, all right? So let's go.
I have one question.
Yeah.
If my lot size is 0.01
Yeah.
and take profit 100, so am I getting 100 or not?
No, if your lot size is 0.01 and your take profit is at 100 points, it's worth $1. Because 0.01 lot size means each point the market moves is worth 1 cent. So 0.01, the market moves up 1 point, that's 1 cent. That's why when I do 10 lots, which is how I do my trades, each point the market moves up is worth $10 for me. Now at 100 points, that's 10 times 100 is $1,000. All right, guys, there we go. We're getting another reversal. Are you guys ready for trade number 3 of this live? Let's get started. There's this reversal. I'm going to go ahead and enter our sell trade. There's our sell trade for this reversal. Now, why did I enter this trade? Very easy. Because right here, you can see we're in this big uptrend. We're getting this red reversal candle building. As soon as I see that, I enter my sell trade. And now, because it auto sets my stop loss take profit, I don't have to worry about it. And now we're going to let this ride out and see what happens. All right. The 70s guy saying, where do I start? This sounds interesting. It is. It's very interesting. I've already made $2,000 on this live so far, and we have a lot of people here that actually made money as well, and it's completely free to learn. And there's actually there's no gatekeeping here, okay? I actually don't hold anything behind a paywall, nothing like that. What you see is what you get, all right? So guys, there we go. We're already up $200, $230, $250 in profit on this trade that we just entered. So congratulations to everybody who's following along, who's learning. Let's go. You guys know we do this every single day. Go to AlgoBars.com, AlgoBars.com. Get your account set up. And when it asks for the brokers, because it can connect to any broker, select TradeXN. They're the ones that have the lowest fees. That's the one that I'm using. I have my account with TradeXN. You can see TradeXN. And then you can just fund your account and get started right away. Can you make money outside the U.S.? You can basically do this trading anywhere in the world. Okay, you could do it globally. Actually, even when I'm traveling, when I'm on a beach in Dubai or I'm like wherever, as long as I have Wi-Fi, boom, I'll do some trades. Pay off that vacation. Now I'm chilling. Okay, that's what it really comes down to. All right. Kenda's asking, do you only trade BTC USD? No, I actually trade the three markets that I trade mostly. The three pairs are Bitcoin, gold, and NASDAQ. Okay, Bitcoin, gold, and NASDAQ. Why? It's because they move the most. They have the most volume, the most action, you can say. And when a market has more action, what does that mean? It means that there's more opportunities. Okay, that's what it really comes down to. How to get to the range bars and what are range bars? Let me explain, okay? Very simply, right here, there's the chart type button. So if you click the chart type button, it opens up all the chart types that we have on the platform. Candlestick, Heikin-Ashi, hollow, line, area, open, hollow, close, range bars, extra range bars, and Renko. So what I always trade on are the range bars. So when you just click range bars, it opens this chart. Like I'll show you, for example, if I click candlestick, this is what it looks like. And then I'll go back to it and I'll click range bars, and now it changes to this. Okay, now how do the range bars work and how do we use them? Because I know a lot of people are asking how to use the range bars in the comments. So very simply, the way that we use the range bars is it shows us which way the market trend is going. Okay, so let me bring this down a little bit so we can kind of see what's going on. Now, the range bars, the way they work is, so right here you can see the market's going up, then it came down, then it's going up, and now you see on this red candle, because I saw this reversal, I entered my sell trade. So what we're always doing, let me zoom out so you guys can see more clearly. So basically, when the range bars reverse from red to green, that's where I enter my buy trades. And when they reverse from green to red, that's where I enter my sell trades. That's how I use the range bars to trade. It's very simple. Red to green, buy. Green to red, sell. That's it. Now, we can see I entered my trade here. It is going against us a little bit, and that's okay, because what you need to understand is there's no such thing as a 100% win ratio. It doesn't exist. Anyone that claims they get 190, 80% win ratio, they're lying to your face, because it's truly impossible. You know, if you had 90% win ratio, you'd go into the billions and billions of dollars very fast, and then you wouldn't need to sell a premium VIP Discord or a premium group or anything like that. So that's why all those people are scammers. So never pay anyone to learn how to trade. That's what it really comes down to. All right. Bro, just stating what we can see. Yeah, exactly, Max. That's the whole thing. Sometimes the easiest thing is right in front of your face, but most people miss it. And it's okay, because that's what I'm here to show you guys. Look, trading doesn't need to be complicated. A lot of people add like thousands of indicators and all this nonsense, but you don't need that. Okay? Actually, what I'm showing everyone is how can you, as a person, just make an extra $50 to $100 a day? Okay, that's my goal. If I can show you how you can make an extra $50 to $100 a day, $200 a day, that's all I'm here for. And let me explain how. So most people, when they start a business or try to make money, what they'll end up doing is they'll start with, let's say, like a $500 account. Okay, a small account. Now, what they'll do is, because they'll see, oh man, there's money to be made in the markets, which there's literally trillions of dollars to be made in the market, they'll get greedy and then they'll start risking huge amounts, right? So on a $500 account, they'll risk 200, 300, like 50% of your account, 60% of your account. And then all it takes is like one or two bad trades and your account's gone. But here's what I tell everyone. It's important to start your account with as much as possible and then risk as little as possible. Okay? But most people will do the opposite, which is they'll start with as little as possible, then risk as much as possible. Let me explain. What I'm saying is start with like 10K or 5K or 100K or 500K in the account, then risk less than 1%. Very small risk, okay? On a 100K account, risk like $100. That's like 0.1%. Very small risk. On a 10K account, I would only do like $10 to $20 trades. Very small. You're saying, wait, AKA, a $10,000 account, you want me to only risk $10 per trade? Yeah, let me explain why. Because here's what's going to happen. Let's say you do $10 or $20 trades on a $10,000 account. First of all, you're not worried, okay? Losing $10 on a $10,000 account, you're not even going to notice. It's so small. Now you can focus on trading, okay? Your mental energy is on trading. Next thing, when you do $10 to $20 trades, you might win some trades, you might lose some trades, but at the end of the day, what's going to happen? Let's say if you're following a profitable strategy, you might be up $60, $80, $120. Now you're saying, wait, but my account is 10,000 and I'm only up 120. Let me bring this down for you. After a month, if you average even like $100 a day, that's $3,000 USD at the end of the month that you've just made by spending half an hour or an hour every day just doing maybe 5-6 trades. People don't realize that that's how the numbers end up adding up over time. So if you can actually just make $50 to $100 a day, that's actually amazing. That's an additional income that you're just getting. For spending a little bit of time, you get a pretty decent amount of income. That's what I'm here to show you guys, is how you can make income every single day rather than having a lottery win. Okay, for anyone who's just joining, welcome to the live. I'm here every single day doing live trades, showing you guys how I make thousands of dollars a day. Already on this live, we've done over $2,000 in profit. If you don't believe me, let me show you. Okay, these are the trades that we took live today, right here on this live. 1,010, it went just a little bit above my take profit, so we got that extra $10. And then $1,000 on this one. I hit our take profit. Happy with that. Okay, so $2,010 made on this live, and I do this every single day. A few days ago, we had a $5,000 day. We made $5,000, and there were so many people who were following, who were learning, who were following along, were doing the trades, making money, which is insane. So all you need to do is make sure you guys give me a follow, join my lives every single day, and just make sure you guys go to AlgoBars.com. Get your account set up. AlgoBars.com. Here. Look, I'll show you. AlgoBars.com.
What's the winning strategy?
What's the winning strategy? All right, I'll show you. So go to AlgoBars.com, guys. Get your account set up. All you got to do is click deploy and then register your account. It'll ask you for the broker, because you can connect any broker to it. I would suggest TradeXN. They have the lowest fees, which is really good, and plus it's fully integrated. All right. Can I close the trade anytime, or does it have to hit the TP? UR is asking a really good question. So UR, what I always do is I let it hit my stop loss take profit, but you can see right here there's a close button. So I can actually just click the close button and it'll close my trade on whatever the profit and loss number is saying for that trade. How can you predict and control the minimum loss? Actually, SS, that's a really good question. So the first thing that I want to answer is nobody can predict the market, okay? That's on one side, right? So there's no such thing as predictions. Anyone that tells you, oh, Bitcoin is going to this or gold is going to this, they're lying to you. Nobody knows the future, okay? If they did, they'd be trillionaires and they wouldn't be telling you, okay? So no one knows the future. Now, the second thing is how can you control the loss and the risk, okay? So on AlgoBars, it makes it very easy because if I click this drop down beside the buy button, I can preset my stop loss and my take profit. So you see it says SL, stop loss, and TP, take profit. So what I can do is very simply, what I do is I always set my stop loss to 100, and then I also always set my take profit to 100. All right, when I set them to 100 and 100, how do I control the actual risk? By changing my lot size. All right, now let's say I do 0.01. All right, now that's going to be a very small trade that's going to be a $1 trade, and I can just, increase it however I want. But let me show you guys one thing, okay? On AlgoBars, we have a trade calculator, okay? So if you want to know exactly how to, by the way, this is also another paid thing that all the other platforms, they charge for this. It's a paid thing, but on AlgoBars, it's free, okay? So let's go to our trade calculator. So let me just zoom in here so you guys can really see. All right, so over here on the trade calculator, I can use my live account balance. So I just click use. There's my account balance. I can select what risk I want to set. So let's say I only want to risk 0.5%, 0.5%, right? And then according to my strategy, let's say I'm doing 100 to 100, okay? Here you go. It auto-calculates what lot size you should use according to this risk. Now you can see I take 10 lot trades, which means I'm doing less than 0.5% risk. So I'm doing very small risk. So as I change this, let's say I change my take profit to 150, you can see if I'm trading this amount of lot, my risk on this trade is 1580. And then if I set my take profit to 150, my reward on this trade is 2,300. So let's do this with like a $10,000 account. Okay, so let's say I have a $10,000 account. I want to risk 0.5%. Okay, and I want to set my stop loss at 100 points, and I want to set my take profit at 150 points. Look, my position size would be for BTC, which I can change the market to whichever market I want. On BTC, I should be using 0.5 lots. And this is my risk on that trade. This is my reward on that trade. And now here's the crazy thing. You can click send to trade panel right there. And what it will do is it will pre-fill. Look, it pre-filled whatever I set here on the trade calculator to my trade panel. And now I can just click buy or sell and it's preset. So the lot size is preset, my stop loss and take profit according to the trade calculator, preset. All right, guys?
So if your lot size is preset, and let's say I'm doing an open trade, and I close it manually, so I'm going to get the amount I will close or the lot size I put it in?
No,
let's
so
say I was doing a $1 trade, but I saw I'm taking profit of $20.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take that 20 or according to that lot size $1?
So when you're closing a trade manually, it's going to just close according to whatever your profit and loss is showing for that trade. Yeah, so that's how that works. Croak is saying need subs from my own broker. So if you're connecting MetaTrader to AlgoBars, because we have to spin up a server instance, so that costs us money. So yeah, for that you need to have the active subscription. But actually, you should just for free use the integrated brokers because they're already integrated. They have the lowest fees wherever you're trading. They have lower fees than that. And you can trade directly right on AlgoBars. You can fund your account, withdraw, do KYC, all of that directly on AlgoBars. Is this broker a regulated broker? Yeah, so we have a few brokers that are integrated and they're regulated licensed. Like for example, Godu, they're license regulated in many countries, and they've been around for a very long time. They're really good. They're based out of Dubai. All right. On the $1,000 profit you just took, what was the stop loss? Can you show how to set? Yes, for sure. So the way to set your stop loss take profit is if you click this drop down beside the buy button right here, you guys can see it opens up this panel right here. So you can preset your stop loss take profit. I always do 100 and 100. This was just an example I was showing. 100 and 100, and you can calculate your lots using the trade calculator, but for me, because I risk less than 1%, you guys can see that was actually less than even 0.5%, I do 10 lots. And when I do 10 lots at 100 point stop loss take profit, that ends up being a $1,000 trade. All right, now we're still in this trade that we opened. This is our third trade of the day, guys. And the first two hit our take profit. Let's see where this one takes us. But it's very important to, first of all, not waste time, all right? So go to algobars.com right now, get your account set up, get your account funded. I'll show you how to do that. All you need to do is you click wallet at the top, then you click deposit, and then you can fund it either with crypto or card, and it's basically instant. So it takes like 2 to 5 minutes. The funds are in the account. You can start trading right away. Then when you go to the chart, which all of the menu is right here on the left side, chart, positions, everything you can open. when you go to the chart, make sure you click this chart type drop down and select range bars. Now, when you select range bars, you'll see exactly what I'm seeing here, and then you can basically get started. Now, Culture is asking, do you recommend any indicators to add to the range bars for more confluence? Yeah, so Culture, actually that's a really good question. I think I missed your question earlier, so let me answer your question. The one indicator that I would suggest for range bars is the super trend, okay? So let me search super, there's the super trend right there. All right, there. So now I've added the super trend indicator to my chart. Let me explain to you guys how the super trend works, okay? So the super trend actually shows us which way the trend is going. So red and green. Now, here's how I would use the super trend. And this is, wow, such a great example, okay? Such a great example. So right here, you can see the market reversed. The super trend was green, right? But right down here, the super trend went red, showing, okay, we're in a downtrend now. Now, what happened after? The market actually came back up, right? But the super trend didn't reverse. The super trend stayed red. Now, if the market came back up, super trend is still red, what does this mean? That's a pullback, okay? So the market's in a downtrend, and we all know the market doesn't just go straight down or straight up. It goes in waves, right? So what's this wave up? It's called a pullback. Now here, look at how amazing of an entry this would have been if we entered our sell trade right when these range bars reversed again. So it went up, we got a pullback. As soon as it reversed, the super trend is red and the range bars are going red. Two confirmations, okay? And right here, we entered a sell trade. This is around, let me just see. So this is around 66,300, okay? 66,300. And look at how far down the market actually came. 66,100. So the market came down almost 200 points. And because our stop loss take profit is always only set at 100, we would have been exited right around here, made our money, we're out, okay? This is how I use the super trend on the range bars. It's actually such a good indicator when using it on the range bars. All right. Would you be able to tell how many pips it's moved based on observing the candle? Yeah, I mean, you can just, because for example, 1 pip or 1 point on Bitcoin is $1 move. So when Bitcoin moves $1, that's 1 pip or 1 point. So you can actually just see like, okay, if we went from here to here, how many points it was. Do you trade NQ? Yeah, Dilip, we actually trade NASDAQ all the time. Mostly right now we're doing BTC and a little bit of gold here and there because they're very volatile. NASDAQ is also very volatile. But let me show you guys this one thing, okay? For example, let me open up my trade journal, okay? So on trade journal, let's go to all. Okay, so you guys can actually see this is my trade journal. So far on this account, we've made 264,000. And look, the top instruments that I trade and the profit that we've made, so mostly BTC. To be honest, is because it just moves so fast, I just trade BTC. I made 164K on this. Gold, I made around 85K on gold so far, which is pretty good because gold moves a lot too. NASDAQ, you know, I do trade NASDAQ here and there. I made about 16K on NASDAQ, and the other ones are just nothing. So it's mostly just these three markets. All right, so there we go. All right, now we still have this trade open. We're gonna let it ride out and see what happens. My range bars are set to 4.8. Is that recommended? So Culture, is that for NASDAQ? On NASDAQ, you can change it to maybe 5. 5 is good. 2 is also good if you want to see more movement on the range bars. On BTC, I would set the range size. So look, my range size is set to 20. So just set your range bars to 20 on BTC. How do you go about downloading the indicator? Guys, there's nothing to download. All you need to do is go to AlgoBars.com, get your account set up, and then you can just start using it right away. And you can do it on your phone or on your laptop. Culture, you know I got you. Let's see. All right, so let me show you guys something super crazy, okay, which you've never seen before. This will save you thousands of dollars in the long run, thousands, okay? So let's open up the AI chat, okay? Now, here's what I'm gonna ask it. Plus, I have a gift for you guys, okay? I'm gonna have a gift for you guys if you guys keep watching. All right. SS, I appreciate you, man. Let's go. How to use the platform? Cowboy. I show you this every day, so keep watching. Make sure you guys give me a follow, turn on the live notifications so you guys join my lives daily as soon as I come live. All right, let's ask the AlgoBars AI. Make me, oh, I'm in caps. Okay. Make me an indicator that's based on trend reversals and shows on the chart and uses super trend and other indicators and make it super useful for entries. All right, let's see what this does, because here's the crazy thing. On AlgoBars, you can, through the AI, build your fully custom indicator and then use it instantly on your chart right away. And you can make it as complicated as you want, because actually this was built for high frequency trading firms and banks and brokers so that they can actually, do like crazy things, whatever they do with their quants. So you can make it as simple or as complicated as possible, and it will actually, look, designing the indicator, designing the custom indicator. It's called Reversal Sniper. It even calls it something. Okay. And let's see. All right, there we go. Now it made this custom indicator. So let's go. There we go. Reversal Sniper right there. It just made it. Let's add this to the chart. And there we go. Let me change it to the time-based candle so we can really see how it looks. All right, there we go. So there's our custom indicator that it just made. And then it even tells you how to use the indicator that it just made. So you can actually build anything you want as an indicator, and it'll build it. I'll show you guys some of these other ones that we've made. So let me get rid of this. All right, look at this. So this one is one I made. It looks super complicated, but it's actually pretty crazy. It's called, what is this one called again? It's called RSI Fusion Pro. Okay, so this is another custom indicator that we have built. I'll show you guys some other ones. EMA, SMA blend. I mean, that's a very simple one. US 30 Pulse Pro. This is the one that I made a little while ago. And look, basically I told it add triangles to show the tops of the markets, and it just basically does all of that. So whatever you want to make, it can basically build any indicator you want. This is the one that we made yesterday, ultra high flow. Look at this crazy indicator. So you can actually build anything that you want through the AlgoBars AI. And then the next thing that I want to show you guys is actually pretty crazy. So right here, let's say you don't even know how to trade. You don't even want to trade. Okay, you don't even want to trade. Now, here's what you can do, but you want to make money in the markets, okay? If you go to AlgoBars and then you go to the Algo Builder, click Let AI Invent It, click Generate My Strategy, and look at this. Okay, this is something that's never been done before. We're the only platform that has this. Only AlgoBars has this. First of all, it designs, it builds, and it codes a fully custom strategy, okay, with one click, okay? So first it designs it, okay? Then once it's built the logic for that strategy, then it will back test it. It will actually test that strategy over live, actual real-time market data, and then it'll give you the results. And it'll say, okay, there we go. Look, it's doing the back test. You can see this is the back test. Wow, it looks like it's doing pretty well, this strategy. Wow, look at this. That's crazy. So there we go. It has now built this strategy. It called it stochastic mean reversion scalp, whatever that means, okay? But 23% return on a $10,000 account in 1 month, okay? Fully automated. And then all you have to do is, look, you can see all the return. It did 9,700 trades. That's the win rate, profit factor. You can see the full report. And if you click deploy it live right here, you can actually just, which account, you just select your account, time frame. Now stop loss, take profit, if it says strategy, that means that the strategy has one built in, but you can override it if you want. I just wouldn't suggest overriding it. If you go to your strategies tab, okay, if you go to the strategies tab, look, there's the strategy that we just built right now, okay? And you can see this, and now if you want to deploy it, you click deploy live, and then you just click deploy live. There we go, it's running live. That's it. So there was no need to pay a coder, there was no need to understand the markets, there was no need to do any research, because AlgoBars will build, code, test, and deploy the strategy for you within like 2-3 minutes. This is so crazy because nowhere else is there technology like this. So go to algobars.com, get your account set up, get started. Don't waste time, because every single day I'm here doing my live trades, showing you guys exactly how I make thousands and thousands of dollars in the markets. You could build your own strategies. And just so you guys understand, building a strategy, did it pause?
Showing this.
All right, so
Back in profit.
yeah, there we go. We are now back in profit. Okay. All right, it's okay. All right, I appreciate Steve Moshianiko. There we go. All right, we're back. So, and we're back, and our trade is in profit. There we go. Let's go. We're at about $230, $220 in profit. It did go against us, but this is why we always set our stop loss take profit at 100 points, because we need to give the trade enough room to be able to move without kicking us out. All right, so by the way, to code a strategy, to code an indicator, if you go anywhere, it costs thousands and thousands of dollars. A good strategy, potentially a good strategy, can cost anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000, $30,000 to build. Do you want me to show you guys how much it costs to build these strategies? The strategy that I just built, it cost 500 credits, which is $5. It's less than $5 to build a fully automated trading strategy. That's insane. Okay, to build the fully custom indicator costs 294 credits, which is less than $3 to build your fully custom indicator, and it's instant. You don't have to wait for the developer or any of that. So it's crazy, guys. Go to algobars.com, get your account set up, get your account funded, and start using the range bars right away. And then make sure you guys join me on my lives here every single day, because I'll come live, I'll do my trades live, I'll answer your questions, and let's go. Let's see. Was the trade in profit or loss? Kendo is asking. So Kendo, the first two trades we hit take profit. This trade is still open. So this trade is still open. We're just going to wait it out, and we're going to see what happens. What up? What up? What up, KMS? How's it going? All right, let's see.
For that AI, how
Yeah.
much amount you should have in your account to do that?
To run a strategy?
Yeah.
In terms of balance? I mean, look, here's what I always say. When it comes to balance, it's really important to have as much in your account as possible. Okay, I don't know what that is, because some people come in here, the max they can really do is like 5,000. You know, I have some people that come here, the max they do is like 200,000 or 500,000. So it really just depends on you, because at the end of the day, trading is a percentage-based business, and what that means is, you know, you can make, let's say 1%. 1% can mean $100, or it can mean $1,000, or it can mean $1. You know, so it's all based on percentages. This is why I always say we make around 5 to 8% a month here on average. I make 5 to 8% a month, but that's a lot. Like in terms of the numbers, you know, for me, it's around like $60,000 to $80,000, $100,000 a month. Yeah, according to our account balance. Because total in our accounts, in all of our live accounts, we have just over 1.5 million. So we're doing around like, you know, 6 to 8% a month on that. But we're trading every single day. Each trade, we're risking less than 1%. This is why it adds up to be 6 to 8%. Now, there's a lot of people that, risk bigger, can have bigger gains. I see it all the time. We had one guy, he started with 10K. In 3 months, he was at 130,000. Okay. We had another guy who started with like 20K. They were at like 70K in like a month and a bit. So it really, really just depends on, it depends on you. But the most important thing that I'll tell you guys is get started right away. Because every day I'll be here, I'll be making how much you currently make in a whole week or a whole month every day. That's what I say. Basically, I make what you make in a month every day. And then what you make in a whole year, I make every month. Okay? And here's the thing. I'm not special or super smart or any of those things. I just follow the same thing every single day, which anybody can do. Okay? You can do it. Maybe you will actually be better at this than me. There's a lot of people that are doing better. Like a lot of people that they came and they learned here how to trade, and they're doing better than I am, which is pretty good. They had larger capital to start off with, all of that. So yeah, go get your account set up. Mario's asking, if you have a Wealth Simple account, can I still trade? Who even trades on Wealth Simple? It's crazy, man. Like their fees are insane. Honestly, the platform is not the greatest. I don't want to say too much about like other platforms, but this is why we built AlgoBars. We made it so that it's, first of all, as easy as possible to use. Secondly, we partner with brokers that have the lowest fees, okay? And that's what makes the biggest difference, because again, it comes down to the point of, if you're running a business, if let's say you're buying this water bottle and the max you can sell it for is $20, why would you pay $15 to buy this water bottle that you can sell for $20 when you can somewhere else pay $5? That makes sense to me. You go pay $5, then sell it for $20, you make a lot more money. So the same way when it comes to trading, it's important to select the broker that has the lowest fees. This is why you should go to algobars.com. When you're registering, it'll ask you which broker. So sign up with TradeXN. That's the one that I have my account with, and they have the lowest fees. All right. Max, we're trading on AlgoBars, and it's connected to, for me, TradeXN. Croak is saying, how do you add credits? So we give everyone 250 credits every month. We pay for it, that you guys can use every month. But if you need more credits, you just click that credit meter at the top, and then you can just get more credits. It's pretty cheap. What's the name again? Can I download it on the App Store? The name is algobars.com. So just go to algobars.com. The link is in my bio too. It's very simple. You just go there, you register your account, select TradeXN, you can fund your account, you can start trading, you can use the range bars, and it's all free to use. Let's see. Is there an app for this? We're working on getting published in the App Store, so we're working on that. But for now, you can just, even if you log in on your phone, there's AlgoBars mobile version. It is really good. Like when you guys check it out, you'll see it's really, really good. All right. How much do we need to start trading? Now, basically, to answer that, what I always say is we should start with as much as possible in the account, and then we risk as little as possible. But what I always show you is how to trade with $1 when you start. Okay, so funding the account should always be like as much as possible. 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, a million, 10 million, a billion, whatever it is. Okay, but then we risk less than 1%. We always start with the smallest risk possible. All right, so we can see right here we're getting a little bit of a reversal again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter, if the market pulls up a little bit more here, I'm going to enter another trade here, another sell trade here, because our first trade was right here. You can see the market's kind of moving. We're starting to come down, but if we push back up around here, I'll enter our second sell trade. All right. Ritesh is saying, how long to get payout for money to go back into my account? It's basically same day. It's just like any other regulated licensed broker. Funding is instant because it's through crypto, and then withdrawals same day. They process it. They process it every few hours. So if you're within that hours span, it'll get processed right away. What's the instrument you're trading? Trader MS is asking. So right now I'm trading BTC. Mostly I'm trading gold, NASDAQ, and BTC. Those are the three pairs I trade most. Ralph is asking, what should our range be for gold? Okay, that's a good question. For gold, I usually like around 2 for the range size. 1 to 2 is really good for the range size for gold. You could do 0.5, it's a little faster, but I usually suggest, 1 to 2 is really good. Is all trading with AI? No, Nathan. So we're actually doing manual trading. You can actually use the AlgoBars AI to do analysis for you. It can build strategies for you. It can build indicators for you. It can do all of that. What's the broker name again? TradeXN. TradeXN. All right, let's go through a couple other questions. Old Timer's asking, is this an hour market you're trading? No, so actually we're trading using range bars, which are not based on time at all. So the way that it works is they're based on ranges. And what does that mean? That means these bars that you see here are only made when the market moves. So there's no time. If the market doesn't move, they don't move. And that's completely the opposite from the time-based candle, which, every 1 minute, whether the market moves or doesn't move, it's going to make a new bar. If you're on an hour chart, if an hour passes, market doesn't move, you get another bar, you get another bar, you get another bar. And that causes a lot of confusion. But with range bars, because we can simply see what's happening, there's no confusion. Now, there we go, guys. We're getting a little bit of a pullback with a reversal. I'm going to go ahead and enter our second trade of this round. Now, that means this is the 4th trade of the live. The past 2 trades that we did on this live, you can see right here, we hit $1,000 and $10. So congratulations to everybody who's making money, who's doing well, who's learning completely for free, because you guys know I don't charge anything. And you guys should never pay anyone to learn how to trade. All you really need is just AlgoBars and to join my lives here every single day and ask your questions in the chat. And that's what we're here for. Let's go. Can one deposit 500 to start? Yeah, of course. There's no minimum, there's no maximum, so you can start with any amount you want. Just go to algobars.com, get your account set up. When it asks for the brokers, when you're on AlgoBars, you click sign up, and it gives you the list of brokers. The one that I would suggest is TradeXN, because they have the lowest fees. But you can select whichever one you want, but really it should just be TradeXN. That's the one that even I have my account with. That's where I trade as well. So you guys can actually get your account set up. Then you just click wallet. Once you click wallet, click deposit, and then right here you can deposit either through crypto or card. So you can see they have all of the different crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, USDC, whichever one, Dogecoin even. Just make sure you're doing it on the correct network, because there's a lot of people that mix up the network. So just do it on the correct crypto on the correct network. Once you send the transfer, within like 2 to 5 minutes, it's in your account. You can start trading right away, and then basically you should just be changing your chart type to range bars and getting started right away. Yeah. So, yeah. Go ahead. Oh no. Okay, all right, guys. I'm gonna have to hop off on the live, but I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Take care, and I appreciate all you guys joining.